All right, today we're doing a little upper body stretching, and yes, it's not quite time. We have about 30 more seconds until it's time to get started. So I like to do mobility barefooted. It's nice. It's a nice change if you do regular strength training and you're always wearing your shoes. It's also great for your feet. And today we are going to actually do some ankle mobility in addition to everything else. It will come in maybe it looks kind of sneaky. It's not really sneaky, but it's there, and I want you to know about that. All right, so no equipment. That's just there to keep your mat down. All right, and we're going to start with a full body shake. So you can just shake your body kind of side to side, move it in all sorts of directions, shake your head. Anything that's not uncomfortable, but that just kind of loosens your joints up and makes you feel like you might feel a little silly, that's okay. So we're just moving. You can jump a little if you want as part of it. We're just shaking. I'll do that for a little bit longer. No need to jump at all. You can just move. It's kind of funny. All right. Now we're here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And actually, let's just take it into straight leg hip circles. So you keep your legs straight, and we move those hips in a big circle, tilting forward and back. Feeling the stretch in those legs, through your hamstrings, maybe through your hips. Just depends on where you're tight. And then let's switch directions. And one more. Okay. Then we're going to take our hands out in front and we're going to bring them around and behind us, and then around and in front of us. Getting ready to do a little more shoulder and chest opening. And if you have a band, you can grab that band and use it. I just didn't want to do that. And let's go one more time in each direction. And back. All right. Now we bring our hands back behind our head, and we're going to open up our chest, bringing our elbows out. I introduce this stretch to somebody. You want to bring your chin up towards the ceiling. And then elbows come in, hug the chin towards your chest. I'm not sure who it was. Could have been somebody here, but this exercise is just so good, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day. Not everybody here is, but if you're sitting at your desk or if you're on your phone a lot, we just have a tendency to live our lives very forward folded. And so this opens up everything. Our core, elbows come in, and let's do it one more time. We're going to do a bunch of chest opening things right now. And then elbows come in, and then shake out those arms. Okay. So we're going to do a little clasping hands segment now. So you're going to take your hands back behind yourself and as if they're holding each other, and just press forward. You can look up a little bit. A few breaths. And then release. Let's do it again. So with mobility, we're not trying to hold things for super long. We kind of move in and out of them. So let's release. And let's do that one more time. And release those fingers back behind you, and then open up your chest, looking up. Oh my gosh, I feel everything tingling and relax. So I know I'm stretching stuff. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing, but out in front of us. So taking your hands, threading them together, and just stretching forward. Now we're stretching that upper back. And then release, and just bring your hands in and do it again. And this time look down, bring your chin towards your chest. And then switch the fold. You know, I had my left finger down, now I'm gonna take my right finger down, just to switch it up, and then do it again. And then release, and one more time. Oh yeah, and release. One more, clasping our hands. We're gonna bring our hands up overhead, clasping them together. This is through your shoulders and elongating your spine, and relax. Let's do it again. You can look up and just see, how does looking up change it for you? And then release. Let's do it again. This time, let's lean over to one side. Look up. And then over to the other side. Oh yeah. Look up. And release. Oh man, I feel like I need that. One more time, let's do it. This is our final time. Up, reach to one side, look up. Back to the center, look up. And then over to the other side. Look up. And then hands come down. We're gonna do our hip circles one more time. So taking those hips, keeping your legs straight, and just moving those hips in a big circle. And then we're gonna switch directions right now. Okay, so now we're moving from our shoulders to our hips and our hamstrings. Let's do a little hurdle. So you're taking your leg out and back and bringing it forward. So out and forward, out and forward. There's some balance in here. You can take your hand out if you need a little extra. You can put your hand on a wall or something. Let's do one more this way, and then we're gonna take our knee up and then around and backward. And breathing. And one more. Oh yeah. And that standing leg gets some work while we're doing that other side. Okay, so here we go. Other side. Now we're taking, oh sorry, I started back and forward. So start bringing the leg out to the side and then forward. We get some core work in here too. We're really doing some strength. And also, just any time that we're moving those muscles and getting into the flexibility, and sometimes one side is harder than the other, always feel free to grab something if you need a little extra balance. One more this way. And then we lift that leg out, up, forward, out to the side, and back. Oh, my standing leg is getting tired. Okay, a couple more. And last one. Okay, so this move is not one that maybe everybody can do, so if you're feeling uncomfortable as you come down into the goddess squat or this low squat, it doesn't feel like your knees are able to support you, then if you can do it, go ahead and get down there and you guys can shift side to side. If not, I just want you to bend your knees and do a side to side shift through your hips. If you can be down here, go for it. We're gonna hang out here, and then everybody is gonna do the same thing. We're all gonna put Well, if you're standing, you don't put your hands on the floor, but if you are down here, put your hands on the floor and just bring your hips up. So we're stretching out those hamstrings. And then we come back down. So, and again, you can just do that side to side hip. Yep, great. Transfer your weight from side to side and put your hands down, or bring your hands down and stretch the hamstrings. And then come back down, side to side. I get a little knee noise here. Somebody was asking me about heel flexibility. Go ahead and stretch up again. You know, being able to bring your heels down in that position. So I asked my physical therapist, come down, and she said, oh my gosh, there's so many reasons why you might not be able to get your heels down, and some people may never be able to get their heels down. Doesn't mean not trying, but definitely if that was a goal of yours, just know it would take some really regular work. All right, stand up or lean over for that hamstring stretch. Let your head get heavy. And then slowly roll yourself up to standing. And then we're gonna all come down. If you need a little extra padding, go ahead and grab it for your knee. Otherwise, come down into our half kneeling position. And I can feel that I must do a quadricep stretch first. So we're gonna tilt our pelvis forward, and you're just gonna feel a stretch down the front of your leg. So tilting your pelvis forward means bringing your tailbone up towards your belly button. That's not possible, but I just want you to visualize as if you were pushing it in the direction of your belly button. Pushing that tailbone up. We're gonna hang out here for just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release. And now we're gonna do something different if you've been here. We're gonna take a knee circle. So you're moving forward and back. So you want to move that back leg. At the same time, you're keeping your foot flat on the ground and you're moving your knee in a circle. And this is actually an ankle exercise. So we're working on that ankle flexibility. That would be one of the reasons why you can't do that goddess squat and get your heels down if that's you. And then switch the direction of this. So today we're keeping it pretty gentle. Down on the ground. Next time we're gonna come up a little bit and do this, but we're gonna stay in this position for today. And last one. All right, and then from here, I want you to take the inside and the outside hand, the one that's on the side of the leg that's back, bring it to your ankle, and then reach up. So we've got an angle. The other hand is pressing into your knee, and we come down and up. And down. And down. Let's go 3 more. Follow, watch your hand. So you want to keep your gaze on your hand as you come forward and back. And let's do 1 more. Okay, and now put your hand down. That hand comes down. Raise your back knee off the ground. The other hand is going to come into the air and twist up. So now we're twisting in the other direction. And then you can bring that hand down and then back up and down and up. We're just moving through. So we're twisting our spine in a couple different directions here. 1 more, 2 more, this one, and then 1 more. Oh yeah. And then bring that knee down and Bring your other foot back and let's come into puppy dog. So reaching forward, pressing your chest down towards the ground, another chest opener. We've done a bunch of chest openers today. I want you to really press those hands down, press your chest down towards the ground. And I want you to press down and come up just a little bit. Press down, come up. Press down, just like, almost like a heartbeat. Expanding and contracting. The expanding would be pressing down, the contracting would be coming up. And we're here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring one arm underneath. So you're threading the needle. And then switch over to the other side. I don't know about you guys, but the leg that we haven't done the other stretches on is feeling like, please stretch me. All right, switch over to the other side. It's amazing. And one more time. On each side. And now we can relieve the other side. It'll make it happy. So now other foot comes forward, other foot back. And so do you remember, hopefully? Then you're gonna tilt that pelvis forward. I don't know which side you did. Do you remember which side you did? So we're tilting our tailbone up towards our belly button right now, sitting up nice and tall. So you should feel a stretch in the front of your leg. I'm just holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. And now we're gonna come and make that circle. So trying to keep your foot flat on the ground as much as possible. It's gonna kind of lift. We come forward and around in a circle. And then switch directions. Getting all the mobility in that knee and ankle. And one more. Okay, now we take the hand of the leg that's back and we reach it towards our ankle and then back behind us, pressing the other hand into your knee. And then we watch the hand as it comes back. Two more. Last one. All right, and then bring that hand down. Lift the back knee up. You don't have to lift that back knee up, but you can. And then we're going to bring the other arm up and then down. Couple more. And last one. Okay, then we bring that knee back down. Meet the other knee back and press all the way back to child's pose. You can stretch those hands out. Feel a nice stretch here, and then we're gonna come forward onto your knees. Press your hips down toward the ground and look up towards the ceiling. And then come back. Press back all the way to child's pose. And then forward. Press those hips down towards the ground, look up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling. And then back. We're gonna move through this just a few more times. So pressing back to that child's pose, then forward. If this hurts your back, you can just hang out in the child's pose. Don't forget to look up toward the ceiling. Yep, good. And back. 2 more times. And forward. Look up. And last one. Back. And forward. Okay, so we're gonna do something kind of similar now, where we're pressing back into down dog. So press back, drop one heel, and then drop the other one. And let's do that again. Drop one heel and hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch over to the other side. 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Press both heels down, and then bring one foot forward and across your mat. So we're coming into a pigeon prep. And you're gonna, I'll show you. And then if you can, lower yourself down onto your elbows. If you can't, that's okay. You can just stay up here. Okay, we're not gonna stay here for super long. So now press your hands into the mat. Bring that foot back, press back to down dog. Drop one heel. Drop the other. Again, drop one heel, drop the other, and now bring the other foot forward for our pigeon prep on this side. Lower your elbows down if it's possible, hold. Couple breaths. And then place your hands flat on the ground, press back to down dog. And then let's switch over to the other side. So now we're just going to come into pigeon on the first side. Press the hands down, press back to down dog. Back to pressing those heels back, and then switch over to the other side. We'll do this one more time on each side. Press those hands down, press back to down dog. Let's drop one heel, and then the other. And again, drop one heel, and then the other, and then drop both. And back to pigeon on the first side. We'll hang out here just a little bit longer. So as we're here, see if you can adjust your leg just a little bit more forward. We're just seeing if we can adjust the angle into a little deeper stretch. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, press your hands into the ground, press back to down dog. Drop one heel, and then drop the other. Drop both, and then bring the other leg forward. Back to our pigeon on this side. Once you feel like you've gotten into the stretch over on this side and you're feeling like you're settling in, then I want you to just adjust and see if you can get a little bit further into that pigeon. So you're bringing your foot a little more forward if possible. Don't worry if you can't. Just, this stretch is great no matter what you can do. Then press those hands down to the ground. Press back to down dog. Hold it here for 8, 7. Press your hands, the backs of your hands back in towards the ground. Press those heels back as far as you can. Press your butt up into the air. 3, 2, and bring your knees down. Come onto your belly. Okay, we're gonna do a little quad stretch here. So grab your foot if it's possible. And get your knees in so that they're at least try to be in line with your hips. And then we're just going to press our hand into our foot, foot into our hand. And you want to try to push a little bit more right now. And then release, and let's go over to the other side. This is such a great way to get your muscles strong in a kind of very subtle way. And relax. We're keeping ourselves supple. That's good. Okay, so here we're going to keep our bellies, our heads on our hands, and we're just going to lift one leg and then the other. So we've done this before if you've been here. We're just lifting one leg up and then lifting the other. And I want you to imagine that you have a mini ice pack under your belly. You're pressing that belly into the ice pack, which is pressing into the floor, but you're not pressing all the way down. You're just contracting your core at the same time that you're lifting and alternating the lift of your legs. Let's go 8, 7, don't forget your core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now both feet together. 8, 7. Press that belly button down into the ice pack. 4. And you see that's 4 right there. 3, 2, 1. Hold your feet up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Now bring your hands out to the sides. And we're going to lift just our upper body up and down. So coming up and then down. Up. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Up and down. And we're going to go 5 and down. 4. If you're a little off of me, don't worry about it. This is just kind of general timing. 3, 2, and now I want everybody to hold here. Look down at your mat, press your belly button down into the ice pack. 8, 7, 6, don't forget to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Awesome. Okay, turning over onto your back. We're going to bring our feet up, and we're putting the ice pack under our back now. So you can start here, or you can start with your feet on the ground, and we're going to just do our leg lifts or leg lowers. So wherever you are, and you can keep the pressure down towards the ground with your back, that's where I want you to be. And you can start up high and then move down lower. We're going to do 8 more on each side. And you can go ahead and move at your own pace, but not fast. Making sure that you're pressing that lower back into your ice pack. And trying to keep the pressure the same on each side, even as you bring your foot down. It's really hard. Once you've done 8, you can just take your hands and press them into your knees. We're going to hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring one foot down and the other. Okay, then we're going to hug one knee, and we're interlacing our fingers back behind one thigh, bringing the foot up, flexing it, bringing it down and pointing it. We're doing this partly because I have to, but also because it's really great, for everybody. If you have any lower back pain, oftentimes it's because you have an impacted nerve. So we're just helping the nerve. This is called a nerve glide, but it's also great for your hamstrings. We're not going to be able to do it for as long as my physical therapist makes me do it, which is 2 minutes. It's a long time. But I do recommend if you have any nerve pain or like pain in your hip area, like below your hip bones, that you might try this and see if it helps a little bit. Let's do 2 more on this side. Last one. And then switch over to the other side. Interlacing your fingers back behind your thigh. Flexing your foot at the top. Pointing your foot at the bottom. Two more. And then I'm going to invite you to take your hands and place them at your upper chest if you're having shoulder pain, at your rib cage if you're having any lower, like mid-back pain, and at your around a heart around your belly button if you're having any hip or like lower body pain. And then I just want you to breathe into your hands wherever you have them. A few breaths here. Expanding your lungs so that you feel them expanding your hands out and then contracting them so you feel your hands move down. Whether at the top of the chest, at your rib cage, or around your belly button. And then you can relax. And I want to say thank you so much for having joined for mobility. I will not be here next week.